Welcome to the top 10 most anticipated and noteworthy comics for November 13th, 2024. I'm Mike Spider Slayer, and this is Comic Book Corner 2.0. Hopefully this list does help you make decisions on what comic books to buy, and it's never too early to start that pull list for next week. So before we get started, guys, if you've ever considered becoming a member of my channel, it's super easy. Just go onto my home screen, just hit that join button, and it will give you access to 3 different tiers. And however much you want to pay is totally up to you, but as low as 99 cents will give you early access to videos. You will get stickers for your comment section. You will also get monthly membership badges to let other people know how long you've been a member for. And again, guys, it definitely helps support the channel, so it's always much appreciated. Okay, guys, so here we go. The book that's on the hot seat this week goes to Power Rangers Prime. This is issue 1. Now, a lot of you guys that have followed my channel for a long time know that I'm not a big Power Rangers guy. I think it's a ripoff off of Voltron, and I just was never into it. However, there most recently has been pretty good comic book stories when it comes to Power Rangers, and if there's a time to jump on, this is going to be the time. So I'm going to give it a try. We'll see what it has to offer. This one is 32 pages, and this one is $5. All right, so now we move on to the book that's on the rise. I feel like it's always on the rise every week because of one reason or the other, and it's The Amazing Spider-Man issue 61. But I truly think this book is on the rise. I don't think it could fall any further than what it has, right? I mean, it totally hit rock bottom. And so this begins the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man, written by Joe Kelly, and I think the art is done by Ed McGuinness in this one. Obviously, it surrounds the whole Doctor Doom situation being Sorcerer Supreme. I don't know. Will it be a good story? I hope. But once again, Spider-Man is surrounded by an event. But by the time we get done with this event, hopefully we will get a true creative team on this title once again. So this book is Legacy 955, 32 pages for the price of $5. Coming in at number 10, we have Minor Arcana. This is issue 3. This is the story that's written and drawn by Jeff Lemire. It's a pretty cool story, and already we're done with the first story arc after this issue. Now, Jeff Lemire tends to draw out some of his stories. How long are we going to be taking a break on this? I'm not sure, but this is an interesting story about a female character that does go back home, and she tries to take care of her sick mom, who actually read tarot cards, and her mom was sick one night, and she was helping a customer. She wound up going into this weird place, right? And she wound up snapping herself out of it, and she couldn't believe it, and she was a recovering alcoholic, and she winds up going to the bar and falling, off the wagon again, so she had to drink. So I don't know, we'll see where it goes in this issue, but Jeff Lemire can take it to some dark places, man. This one is 32 pages, and this one is $5. Coming in at number 9, we have the Terminator. This is issue 2. This feels like a very much a one-shot type of storytelling. So it's has to deal with the Terminator lore, right? Where obviously Sarah O'Connor, you had that whole story and things like that, but now there's like different people spread out across time that were affiliated with like what's it called, the Resistance, and you get random Terminators dropping in different timelines to try to defeat those people. And in this issue, it looks like it's going to be taking place during like the Vietnam War in the 70s. So I think that's kind of cool. I'm curious to see like where we're going to go with this in the long term, if we are, but nevertheless, I'm going to have fun reading some cool Terminator books. So this one is 32 pages, and this one is $5. Coming in at number 8, we have I Heart Skullcrusher. This is issue 7, the surprise hit of the year in my eyes. And the last issue was the return of the series after a little bit of a hiatus. And we wind up getting to have Trini, you know, finally be where she wants in this screaming paintball league, right? But now it looks like it's taking a twist, and it looks like the queen is looking for an heir to her throne, and whoever that heir is, what they have to accomplish is beat Skullcrusher's team. And is Trini part of that? Also, her team has been disassembled, and she's forced to work with other players, and she doesn't like that, and she wants to be back with her team once again. Great book, nice story, fantastic art. This book is $5. Coming in at number 7, we have Uncanny XMen. This is issue 5. Out of all the X books right now, this is the one book where I would say continue to read, because I think the story is going to continue to grow. I feel like the characters have an emotion. I feel like there's a direction with this in the long term, where all the other stories I'm still really trying to figure out, right? Even X-Men itself, like, it's like, where is Jed MacKay going with his story with the X-Men characters that are there? But with, you know, when it comes to like Gambit and Rogue and Wolverine and all the other cast of characters that are in here, it just seems like, you know, they're going against the threat. The X-Mansion has been taken over. It just looks like they're trying to figure out what's going on. There's a bunch of new mutants that are helping them out. So I just feel like this one has the most emotion overall. Legacy numbering 705. This is 32 pages for the price of $5. Coming in at number 6, we have Deadpool. This is issue 8. And this is a story now where Ellie Camacho is her name, is the true Deadpool, because the current Deadpool is dead. You would never think that Wade Wilson would be dead, right? But he currently is. Obviously, he'll come back, but it is cool seeing the adventure of Ellie, who is the daughter of Deadpool, trying to take over her dad's place. And she'll stop at nothing to get her dad back. And that's what I love about this book. It has a lot of heart. There's a lot of family dynamic. And the cool thing about this book is Taskmaster has trained her, and she wears his logo on the sleeve. And it's great, man. I absolutely love this book. I think this is Cody Ziegler's best story yet. I think he writes this better than he does Miles Morales' Spider-Man. So this one's 32 pages, and this one is $5. Coming in at number 5, we have Space Ghost. This is issue 7. Space Ghost has been really good, right? Obviously, you've gotten to see a little bit of character growth when it comes to, was it Jana and Chase? And how their relationship with Space Ghost is actually growing. Chase had a situation that happened based off of a mission previously where he thought he wasn't going to be part of the team anymore, but it looks like he's recovered and repaired his relationship with Space Ghost. And it's a fun read. The artwork is absolutely spectacular. It's not cheesy like the old Hanna-Barbera cartoons, and I look forward to each and every issue. Another book this year that has totally surprised me, so I definitely recommend it. This one is $5. Coming in at number 4, we got some heavy hitters coming up here, guys. We got Green Lantern. This is issue 17. So you got Hal Jordan, you got John Stewart. They're going against, obviously, the United Planet's newest, I don't know, ally maybe? And that is Mogo. And if you look at the cover, the main cover of this book, it's absolutely intense as you get to see all the Green Lanterns trying to stop him from coming, right? He has recently become a Red Lantern, so this thing is full of rage. How do you stop a living planet? I don't know, but I'm definitely looking forward to that. The legacy numbering here is 584, 32 pages, $5. Coming in at number 3, you could be a little bit surprised, but there's good books, man. There's really good books. And this is G.I. Joe issue 1. So Joshua Williamson is behind this book. and the same artist is doing it as well that did, I think it was Duke. So I think this is going to be a phenomenal series. This is the series that's going to tie in Transformers, G.I. Joe, Void Rivals all together. You're going to get a big story or an event out of all this. I think it's great. I think it's slowly building to all that stuff. I am so excited to see just the Joes and Cobra Commander kind of battle it out with each other. We've been slowly introduced to all the characters as well in their own series. So this is great. If this is the way you build something to get something greater, hey man, I'm all for it. Absolutely awesome stuff. Can't wait. 40 pages, $5. Coming in at number 2, we have Absolute Batman issue 2. I love the first issue. I thought it was really great. I thought it was a nice twist to introduce a different version of Batman, and I wouldn't get all caught up in like comparing yourself from Absolute Batman to regular Batman, because this is a different version of the character. So yeah, you get a different origin story. You get Alfred, who's completely different. He freaking Batman's got a battle axe. You get introduced to some villains by the name of, you know, the Party Animals. Like, it's a good introduction to a story based off of that first issue, where Absolute Wonder Woman was a decent story, but it was a decent origin story. You didn't get anything else surrounding it, really, right? So very much looking forward to the whole like story going forward. Like, what's Absolute Batman going to be like 10 issues from now, right? So this one is 32 pages, and this one is $5. All right, guys, so remember, after number 1, we're not done, as we do have those noteworthy comics to talk about, because there are other books to discuss besides the top 10 I'm sharing with you here today. And of course, my number 1 is going to always be Transformers. This is issue 14. So we get the continuation of the origin story of Starscream, and I'm really into that. Like, I want to see how he has become allies with Megatron, right? And at the end of the last issue, it does tie into G.I. Joe, and what does current Starscream become? Now, if you see a variant cover on this screen, you kind of see Starscream attached to something else. So I am so curious to see where this whole thing dives into, right? Transformers is great, man. I think Daniel Warren Johnson has done a phenomenal job. I would say that the art is not as strong in this arc, but it's only for a couple issues, and that's fine. And this one's 28 pages, and it's $4. All right, so here we go. Those noteworthy comics, as usual, we kick it off with Marvel. And this time around, we start off with Ultimate X-Men. This is issue 9. Are you guys still digging it? And if you are, that's pretty cool. We still have the Venom War going on. This is Venom. This is issue 39. I think we're getting to the part, though, where we're going to get the new Venom. Then we have the Spectacular Spider-Men. This is issue 9, which I think I'm going to be dropping. I don't think I'm going to be continuing this book going forward. Next, we have NYX. This is issue 5. Followed by Captain America. This is issue 15. Then we have Psylocke. This is issue 1. We have Werewolf by Night. This is issue 4. Followed by Venom War, Wolverine, issue 3. What a sweet cover that is. Then we move on to the DC Comics. We got Action Comics Weekly, 1075. Followed by Batman and Robin, issue 15. Get ready for the Bat books here, guys. Batman Gotham by Gaslight, Kryptonian Age, issue 6. Batman Dark Age, this is issue 6. DC vs. Vampires, World War V, this is issue 4. Batman 89 Echoes, this is issue 5. We have also now a new Black Lightning book, issue 1, which I'll also be checking out. Then we move on to those indie comics. We have Radiant Black, Ultimate Edition, this is issue 30. I fell off of that book, man. Then we have Helen of Windhorn, this is issue 6. Followed by Witchblade, this is issue 5. Then we got the Abyss, issue 5, because I can never say that word for some reason. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Nation issue 2. Then we have the continuation of Violator Origin. This is issue 3. And then we got Johnny Quest. This is issue 4. And there you have it, guys. There are my top 10 most anticipated and noteworthy comics for November 13th, 2024. I want to know what you guys are most excited about. And as always, guys, love to hear your comments down below. Subscribe to the channel, like I said. And there always will be more content right here for you to click on. Support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting. But always remember, read the comics so we can have great comic conversation. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one.